Good morning guys, welcome back to the GKP. Been a little bit since we've done anything from the pond, and I'm in need of giving the pond a good service and a good clean and a good tidy. I'll spin this round for you. At present, everybody's a bit grouped up, but it has dropped off rather cold again. The fish are all looking good. Pond is a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit on the murky side. And all the toppings around the pond have gone completely green. So, what I want to do is give the pond and the filters a good service. I'm just seeing there then, just looking at the Bendigo, I can just see just how many scales it lost. Lucky to still be here with us that one. Once I've got the pond a good surface, a couple of little bits and bats of leaves on top I want to get out. Give it a good clean and a tidy up. Filter to service and a good deep clean, and a general springtime tidy up. As you can see, I want to get the lawn cut, get everything, all the old plants and everything tidied up. Look at that. Believe it or not guys, that was where the daffodils are there. Those daffodils were in exactly that same place where the old pond was. The pond used to stop roughly about where that little pond-like stone is there. For 4 years or 5 years since I planted them, they have never flowered once. They reduced the amount of soil that they've got to grow in, and extend the pond, give them less, of what you would expect bulbs and plants to need. And this year they flowered, and we've got 5 daffodils on them. I would have credited that. But yeah, got a little bit of pond froth. Need a bit of a water change, but I did add some bicarb the other day, so I'm guessing that's probably why it's frothed up a little bit. It was a bit low on my KH. But everybody, all in all, is looking pretty good. They're all active, but not crazy active, looking for food or anything. The new red kajaku there. My growing shower there, which has not done a great deal of growing, but the pan's not looking too bad. Jeff Lee's fish there that he gave me is looking bob on. But everybody else is clustered up down here. But we're going to give them a bit of fresh water, a nice good water change, and then a good old jet wash, tidy all these stones, give them all a good clean up around this decking because this is a bit off. And then hopefully, if I've got time, I intend to cut the grass first of all, and then I want to try and get all this lot jet washed off. And this is the reason why. This, believe it or not, was jet washed just before we went into the back end of winter, and you can see the difference between the colour of the flags underneath and on top to the side. So this has all gone real green. I want to get all this jet washed off and cleaned up, and then get the mini pond back up and running again with the waterfall as we're starting to coming into spring, and get a bit of a spring clean, fettle up and tidy. So without further ado, I'll get this all set up and started and let you see what's going on. And as you can see guys, filter system needs a good clean. I want to get the media out of this one, boil up these two and drain that all off. I'm going to drop a good 1,000 litres out of the pond and give it a good water change. But look at this, like I say, spring's definitely around the corner. We've got cherry blossom starting to kick in. Cherry blossom, this is a plum tree. So plum tree blossom starting to flower up, starting to bud up, leaves are starting to come back. This one is actually starting to get its leaves back on. This is a bane of my life come the winter again this year. All these leaves are the ones that I will be sorting out and getting the net on for. I'm not going through that again. It was an absolute nightmare. We have a net, it's there, and that will be another up and coming future video to get this on done and sorted. From Perfect Aquatics, from Crafty Koi, Anthony. Cheers mate, nice one. I do need to get that video up and done though. And then, oh yeah, there's another thing. We need to change the date on the calendar from January to February. Shows you how long since I noticed that one. So there you go. We've got February. It just so happens to be our Rick. What's going on there? Nothing. There we go. Let's get that back on in place. This just happens to be Rick from Forest Koi, guys. If you haven't checked out his channel, swing by. This guy's a gent. Absolute belting fella. Great channel, great company. And check out Forest Koi, guys. We've got some beautiful fish. Quite a few in there now from down there. I'm well happy with them as well. Anyway, right, let's get cracked on. Let's get this. I'm not going to be doing the filter cleans until I've jet washed all this off, because all this green's going to go in the water, and then I'm going to only have to pull it all out, so there's no point doing it before I clean the filters. I'm going to get all these jet washed off and cleaned up, and then beforehand I want to get the lawn cut. So I'll get myself set up and good to go. I'll get back to you soon. One other thing, guys, I will mention, if you could all do us a huge favour, after this section I'm going to drop in a couple of little still photos of some greeting cards from Carol Lawson. I said I would mention it. I said I would give her a shout out and mention on the channel. I was supposed to do it on the Thursday Night Live, completely slipped my mind, so I apologise, Carol, but I will put them in right here after this. If anybody's interested in purchasing any of these, please get in touch with Carol from her channel. That's Carol Lawson, as I'm seeing on YouTube, and hopefully, fingers crossed, she can, you guys as well, can help her raise a little bit towards the charity that she's working towards. Thanks very much, guys. I'm dropping them in now. Oh, look at this, guys. Signs of spring, but I think this is maybe a little early to be out. Bumblebee. A bit on the slow side. Not even got no flowers that I can put it anywhere to get a bit of nectar from. Oh. Come on. Up you come. There we go. Let's put you on somewhere safe. Hello, bumblebee. Oh, that's the lawn cut. Let's see if we can find somewhere for him to, or maybe somewhere safe, but not really going to get any nectar from anything. Come on, I don't want a chance of getting a sting, because if you get stung, come here, let me come. Early for the old bumblebees, I would have thought. How smart's that? So, we've got the lawn cut, that's all done. Not that it looks much cop. Hope to God all this comes back, but that's the dog going backwards and forth to his bathroom area over the winter period, or this period. Next one, get all these jet washed off, give all them a clean up, and then you can do a filter clean, and then the patio behind. So I'll get back to you and we've better start on that. Right guys, well that's the garden pond stonework all jet washed off. It looks a bit better than what it did, but pond water don't look too cracky. As you can see now, We can barely even see them, but I knew we were going to do it. And it does need a good filter clean and a good water change. I'm going to put some new filter floss in this filter, and that'll pull all that out in a matter of minutes. So next bit to do is the filter the good clean. But I have left all these big pieces of moss that's growing on because it looks more natural. I just don't want it all looking green like it did. So I've given everything a good clean back. The garden looks like a complete bog. I'm going to get my ass kicked for that one, no doubt. Look at that. A bit squidgy underfoot. But just to give you an example, I've done the wall toppings, and then look at that to that. So, well, there you go. There's a prime example. I'm going to go around and jet wash all the rest of this off and get all this pathway cleaned up and tidied. And then I'm going to get that pond up and running while these filters are cleaning. Again, a lot to do. But and then kick the season off, get everything nice and clean and everything nice and tidy, and then it'll all be done. I even cut the lawn as well, but not that you can tell now. Get stay out of it. Winter, man. Hate it. But that's the bulk of it done. That half of all this back garden's all tidied up. Filters cleaned, little filter cleaned and serviced. Jet wash all this off, and then we're done. Oh my god, what did I start? Have a look at this. Obviously, the garden's still soaking wet through, but that will dry. There's the colour of the flags, and there's the colour of the remaining. So you can see from that to that. But I need to let some of this water soak away in the little soakaways, because this one is full to brim and the other one just underneath that bench is full to brim. It looks a lot better than what it did. I cleaned all that fence panel as well, cleaned that bench up. Just got to leave it to all soak off for a little bit, and then we'll give it another go. In the meantime, I'm going to disconnect. That's a little jet wash going, and then I'm going to do a good water change on here before I lose the daylight, and worst case scenario I can finish off that bit if needs be tomorrow when all that's dried up a bit, and maybe get the little mini pond serviced tomorrow as well. It was a lot better than what it did in comparison. So next job, filter service. But there you go, with a quick look now, you can see all those stones are all looking nice and clean. I can't believe how quickly they've gone green. Been a crap, miserable winter as always, but all looks a bit better now. It's all cleaned back up again. But what I really need to do now is drop the filters, give them a good clean, and then do a good water change. Put them some fresh in, check the KH levels, and then that's that done. Oh, right, well, I'm a bit nippy because I've got bloody soaking wet through doing that thing, blasting all water back in my face when I've been knitting it in corners and stuff. I have had a couple of questions from a few people about the filter system and what size pipework I used. The feed in from the retro bottom drain is 1.5 inch, and then that flows into the third barrel. From the third barrel I've got 2-inch returns from the third into the second, from the second into the first, and then from the first back to the pond. But the gentleman that asked a little bit of advice, if I was you mate, upgrade to 3-inch on the returns. That way then you'll get a faster return and more flow back to your pond quicker. So this summer I'm going to be changing these. I'm going to be putting 3-inch pipe returns in and making it so that I can run it, well, it'll be able to run at flat out 10,000 litres an hour without any issues at all. And not really a problem, I just like to be able to, when all the system's completely cleaned down and all the filters are, you know, removed and jet washed off, the flow can pass through a lot quicker, and it'll run at 9,000 litres an hour. But if I switch up to the full at 10,000 litres an hour, it tends to fill up the second chamber with the moving media in faster, and it doesn't get out quick enough into the third, into the last return chamber fast enough. This barrel's never overflowed the last one, but the middle one is always the one with the moving media in it. So yeah, bit of advice, mate. If you want to do it and you want to make it, upgrade to 3-inch. Put your 3-inch bulkhead connections in. They are a great deal more, and the pipe work is next to nothing from your local plumbers. So that's what I'll be doing come some slightly better warmer weather, and just upgrading it a little bit. It's not that much to really do. I'm only going to need one length, a couple of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bulkheads, and that'll be it. A little bit, maybe a total of 3 meters of pipe, and that should be enough. Thereabouts. So yeah, if that helps, mate, I'm going to crack on, get these filters cleaned, and I'll get back to you in a tick. Right, this is what I do, guys, so you've got a bit of an idea for the gentleman that might be interested. Got 3 airlines in here. This one is set for the moving bed, which at the moment is just filling back up and doesn't start turning over again until you give it a bit of an encouragement that the barrels are going. This one has got a static media inside it, Alpha Drog and Mackie House media, but comes in from the first barrel, or from the feed into the first barrel, and then we've got jack matting inside here, and I've got the air stone in there bubbling up at the moment now, so that'll be cleaning all the muck and the grime out of the air stone, out of the jack matting, and then that overflows and into this barrel, which is the moving bed, and then overflows and again and into this one, and then returns via the pond. As you can see there, pond levels just dropped a bit. Now I've dropped 2 lots of barrels out, so I'm going to do one more boil up, but I need to service the pump down here, so it comes in with a gate valve here, comes in dry mounted pump through ultraviolet and then through the filter system, and then returns via this one and the first pipe there that you can see flowing back in now. So I now just need to stop that, let them sit. You can see there that's bubbling up, boiling it all up, get that all cleaned, let this one bubble up and boil up, and then obviously we're doing the same inside there, but this lid's a bit more difficult to get off, so I can't be bothered, so I'm leaving it on. And then all I do then, once they've been boiling and bubbling up for 10 minutes or so, which should be the 3rd boil that it's had, is you'll see now that that'll just slowly come to a stop. Once it's finished, leave it there then just to bubble up, and then pull, let's move that next so you can see, pull this lever and dumps out to waste. Pull this lever, this barrel dumps out to waste, and pull that lever and that barrel dumps out to waste. And the waste is, so you can see, I'm going to do one more barrel clean after this. It then trickles out there at the back of the shed. You can see plenty of flow, plenty of crap comes out of it. And then it cascades down this footpath, and there's a drain just at the bottom of the road there. And you can see it's got a good old cleaning system on it, and it does a great job. And then I'm actually going to stick this on now, so you can come your way out while I do this, and start topping it back up again, and then that's the filter clean done. I was going to take all the jack matting out and give it a real good deep clean, but let's see if this has dried up any yet. And then I'm going to get all that remainder, as you can see there, look, get this remainder jet washed off. I had to leave it to soak away all that water, because there's a hell of a lot of water that I've just jet washed all the way around here. So I've got this little back wall to do, and those 1, 2, 3, 4 and around that plant pot, and to jet wash off afterwards. But I've only got the one hose connection, and I need to start topping this pond back up, so we're going to get that done. And then the fish have had a good water change, and get that topping back up again. But what I will be doing is inside this, which is I use as my polishing filter, is coarse, medium and fine, and then what they call it, this stuff, which is filter floss. So I've got coarse, medium, fine filter floss in this barrel, and what I'm going to do is take them out, give those sponges a good jet wash off, and then a new piece of filter floss in there, and then that's it. Pond cleaned and serviced, filters cleaned, and that fine that fine sponges and filters and the filter moss, I'll pour all this green out that I've jet washed. But look at the difference. Look how much cleaner they are now compared to what they was. Can't believe how fast they went green. Hang about. That hose pipes not in the best position. My garden is absolutely sodden. But it needed doing because it looked a mess. I'll put that in there and we'll get it topped back up again. So I'll get back to you in a tick. Alright guys, so that's the filter inside there clean, and a new piece of filter floss put in, doubled up. I'm going to need to get some more because we're running low now. That's the last bit. Pond is now filling back up. We are rapidly running out of daylight. Garden's like a complete bog. Flagstones are all cleaned, but the water's also mucky. I'm going to have to give this all a rinse back tomorrow, but they are all clean. I just need that all to drain off again. I'm going to give it a rinse off once the pond's finished topping back up. Get the jet wash wrapped up, packed up away. Oh, look at the state, man. Proper squidgy underfoot. But hopefully it's going to be a dry day tomorrow again. Give the garden a chance to dry out. But the big clean is done. Stone's all nice and clean around pond. Water's coming a bit clearer. Filter system is back up and running. Let's stick this on so you can see because it's a bit dark now. Moving beds, moving around. Last chamber is flowing back in. First chamber has all been done and cleaned. So let's switch that off. That will be the start of the season. Everything done that I wanted to get done. Come tomorrow morning, this will be a lot cleaner. Just the new polishing system. Actually, pop that lid back on. The clean polishing system all back up and completed. Just got a few bits and bats to put away, and then those flags just to rinse off with hose pipe. Just to flush all the muck to the drain section once it's drained away. But yeah, what a nightmare. Ooh, need to put that back in place. Hold on guys, I hope we don't fall in here. As we do, we're all going in. Put the little lamp back in place. Actually, I think that lives over here. There we go. So that's that back in place. I can't believe how green they've gone. That's still dodgy, but not as bad as what the little pond used to be. Well, that was an eventful day. Got a bit wet, but we've got it done. It's all done and clean. Deep clean on filter system, deep clean on this system. Everything's as it should be. All nice and spritzed up. Garden's had its first cut, which is a nightmare. That means every weekend from now on in we're going to be cutting grass. Everything's starting to bud up and blossom up. Spring is truly on the way. Anyway guys, if you could do me a huge favour, don't forget, if any of you are interested in purchasing or picking up any of the greeting cards from Carol Lawsett, swing over her channel. Description will be in, or link to her channel will be in the description below, and I'll put a little tab up in the now let's see if we can get this right. It'll be, let's see, I don't know, this corner or that corner, whichever it comes up in, but it'll be a link to Carol's channel. If you get in touch with her, if you're interested in purchasing any of them to help her out with a little bit of charity event she's doing, it'd be greatly appreciated guys. Usual thing, if you've been enjoying this kind of content, do us a huge favour. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. Till next time guys, keep smiling and we'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy all.